You walk into a room, laughter, conversations, hands moving in circles of meaningless gestures, words flying like confetti, bright, chaotic, weightless. You try to engage. You try to match the rhythm. You smile when expected. You nod at the right times. But inside, you feel like you're suffocating. It's not that you hate people. It's not that you don't belong. It's that every second you spend in their world, you feel your energy leaking out of you, drop by drop, until there's nothing left but emptiness and noise. You leave the room and suddenly it's quiet. Your body relaxes, your thoughts return, you feel alive again. And you ask yourself the same question every time. Why do I feel so drained around people? The answer isn't simple. It's not because you're shy. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you're antisocial. It's because you're different. You are a Sigma male, an outlier in a world addicted to constant interaction, performance, and shallow validation. And that difference comes at a cost. Most people feed off social connection like it's oxygen. They thrive on surface-level chatter, on being seen, on filling every silence with noise. But you live in the deep end. You crave conversations that feel like they cut through the skin and reach the marrow. You crave stillness, introspection, meaning. And when you're forced to stay in the shallow water too long, around people who talk but don't say anything, who want to be entertained but don't want to feel, you start to drown. That's the tax you pay every time you step into their world, your energy for their comfort. It's not that they're bad people, it's that they're wired differently. And when your depth collides with their surface, you lose more than you gain. Here's the strange paradox. People look at you and assume you're lonely. They mistake your solitude for emptiness. They think, if only he'd open up more, he'd be happier. But you're not lonely, you're selective. You'd rather sit in a room alone, surrounded by your own thoughts, than be in a crowd where you can't be yourself. You'd rather have one raw, soul-bearing conversation than 1,000 empty exchanges. That's not loneliness, that's survival. But the world doesn't understand that. So they keep pulling at you, inviting you, expecting you to give more of yourself than you have. And you keep wondering why it leaves you so damn tired. So here's what you need to ask yourself. How much of yourself do you lose every time you trade your peace for their company? And more importantly, how to fix it, reclaiming your energy without losing yourself. Here's the truth. The world isn't going to change for you. It will stay loud, chaotic, and full of people who mistake constant socializing for connection. They'll keep inviting you to spaces that drain you, asking for pieces of you they haven't earned, and expecting you to bend so they don't have to look at their own emptiness. You can't change them, but you can change how you navigate their world. The key isn't retreating into permanent solitude or pretending to enjoy what you hate. The key is learning how to walk among them without losing yourself. So how do you do that? Step 1, set energetic boundaries. You know that feeling. You agree to go somewhere, spend hours in meaningless chatter, and come home wondering why you feel like you've been hollowed out. That's because you gave away your energy without purpose. From now on, stop doing that. Don't say yes out of guilt. Don't give your time to people who take without giving anything back. Don't feel obligated to entertain relationships that exist only out of habit. Ask yourself, will this interaction nourish me or drain me? If it drains you, learn to say no. Not with excuses, not with over-explaining. A simple, quiet, I can't make it is enough. You don't owe everyone your presence. Your energy is a resource. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Step 2, curate your circle. Not all people exhaust you. Some bring out the best in you. Some make you think deeper, laugh harder, and feel lighter. Find those people. Seek out the ones who can sit in silence without filling it with noise. The ones who ask questions that make you dig into yourself. The ones who don't just want your attention. They want your truth. This might mean letting go of people who only want you for convenience or comfort. It might mean reducing your social circle to a handful of people who truly see you. That's okay. You don't need a crowd. You need a tribe, even if it's just 2 or 3 people who don't exhaust your soul. Step 3, Anchor yourself before you enter the noise. Every time you walk into a social space, something happens. The energy of the group starts pulling at you. They want you to match their rhythm, their tone, their pace. If you're not careful, you'll lose yourself in their current. That's why you need an anchor. Before you go anywhere, ask yourself, why am I going? What do I need to protect? What will I allow and what will I not? Go in with intention. Decide in advance how much of yourself you're willing to give. Know when you'll leave. When you anchor yourself, you stop being a passenger in social spaces and become the driver. You choose how far in you go and when to pull back. Step 4, recharge intentionally. Here's where most Sigma males go wrong. They treat solitude like a hospital bed, a place to crash only when they're already broken and depleted. That's not enough. Solitude isn't a last resort, it's your foundation. Schedule it like it's sacred. Make time for the things that refill you. Reading, walking alone, journaling, meditating, training. Anything that makes you feel like you're returning to yourself. Because the truth is this, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you make solitude a daily ritual, you stop walking into rooms already on empty. You enter them full, grounded, and in control of how much you choose to give. Step 5, stop explaining yourself. This one will feel uncomfortable at first. When you start saying no, leaving early, or reducing your circle, people will push back. They'll ask questions. They'll guilt you. They'll call you antisocial, cold, or distant. Don't explain. Don't justify. Don't hand over your reasons for them to dissect. Simply say, this is what works for me. The more you try to make them understand, the more energy you give away. Your peace doesn't require their approval. When you do these things, something shifts. You stop dreading social spaces because you know how to navigate them without losing yourself. You stop resenting people because you've learned to choose who gets your energy. You stop feeling hollow because you've started refilling yourself on purpose, not by accident. And most importantly, you stop seeing your need for solitude as a flaw. It becomes what it truly is, your power source. Here's what you need to understand. Feeling drained around most people isn't a weakness. It's a signal that you were never meant to live like them. You were never meant to spend your life in rooms full of noise that says nothing. You were never meant to perform for approval or trade your peace for shallow connections. You were never meant to give yourself away piece by piece, hoping someone notices the sacrifice. That exhaustion you feel after being around the wrong people, that emptiness in your chest when the conversation ends and you realize nothing of value was said, that's not brokenness. That's your soul saying, you don't belong here. And for the Sigma male, that message is everything. So the next time you walk into a room and feel that familiar heaviness creeping in, don't panic. Don't blame yourself. Don't wonder if you're broken. Instead, remember this. You are a Sigma, and your energy is your kingdom. Not everyone deserves access. Not everyone should. Reclaim it. Protect it. Build your life so full of purpose, solitude, and meaningful connection that you can walk into their chaos and leave untouched. That's not escape. That's mastery. And mastery for men like you isn't just survival, it's freedom. If this spoke to you, if you've been carrying the weight of being misunderstood for protecting your peace, drop a comment with, "My energy is mine." Subscribe for more unapologetic truths about Sigma strength, solitude, and the psychology of living on your own terms. Because in the end, the world will always try to drain you, but the Sigma learns how to never run empty.